Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to another Friday where we're talking about managing our anxiety. We're going to talk a little bit again about Philippians 4:6-9. It's such a pivotal passage when it comes to our anxiety because Paul gives us very clear instructions about what we can think about and how to turn our minds in a certain way. I want to bring that together with another principle which says whatever I focus on gets bigger. And oftentimes, one way we attempt to not focus on anxiety is to avoid and deny its presence, when in actuality, what we're doing is focusing on it. It seems like we're not because we're wanting to ignore it, yet the reality is whatever I ignore, I tend to focus on. There's really this kind of myth around ignoring and avoiding our pain. And when we do that, then we're going to be okay. It's like we're an ostrich and we stick our head in the sand and we pretend like danger's not around, when in fact it's actually circling us. Because we can't see it, we think it's not there. The reality is when we're able to claim our anxiety, to be able to say, I'm feeling anxious because, and fill in the blank, then I'm able to more adequately turn my mind and my thoughts towards something that is productive and is helpful. And the passage in Philippians truly does give us that ability to be able to think about something that is true and lovely and excellent. Sometimes thinking about those things is just as simple as reading that verse over and over again. Sometimes it's even putting ourselves in that and to make it our prayer, saying, Lord God, today I, Kim, am choosing to turn my mind towards things that are pure and lovely and excellent and true and praiseworthy. And to thank God for that. One way that we can turn our mind towards things that are true is to even identify that, God, I'm feeling anxious today that this pandemic may not end. And the reality is, it is going to end. The truth is, we don't know when, we don't have control over it, yet we know that there will be an end point and we will be able to move forward in our lives. And so sometimes it's just as simple as being able to say, I recognize that my anxiety today is telling me this pandemic is not going to end. And the truth is, it is going to end. And to continue to tell ourselves that over and over again. And as we do that, we may find that our anxiety, that on a 1 to 10 scale, 10 being horrible and 1 being absolutely no anxiety at all, that my anxiety might be at a 7 or an 8 today, but as I'm practicing and walking through what the truth is, I'm seeing now that it's maybe down to a 3 or a 4. It may not go away completely, but it may lessen. And that is going to end up not only benefiting us, but it's going to help us to be more present with our families, with the people that we care about, with people who care about us in our jobs, and so forth. And so I encourage you today to be able to take a look at that. Feel free to name that anxiety. Recognize and own that it's taking up residence and there's a reason for that. And then tell yourself the truth, because oftentimes it's going to tell us something that's not necessarily true. So like the example we gave, allow ourselves to say the pandemic will end, to write that down, to state it out loud, to put it in a prayer. I pray that this is something that you're going to be able to practice not only this weekend, but in the coming weeks. And if you feel like you're getting stuck, please know that I am absolutely here to pray with you, to talk about it. I would love coming alongside of you during this difficult time. And so I just hope and pray that you're doing well, and we'll talk next week.